Hello, everyone. Today we're back, and we're going to be talking about Aristotle's immovable mover. But before we do, I want to unpack several things, several words, and their meanings as they relate to uh, this subject. First being apeiron, to apeiron, meaning to balance the infinite, to estin, or just estin, uh, the what it is of things, or uh, the what was it that makes that thing what it is, and the Greek idea of logos, or some may call it a principle, but logos. So you have tiestin, apeiron, and logos as it relates to Aristotle's idea of the immovable mover, which uh, is basically his view of God. And before we really can get into this, uh, I think we have to talk about. Um, I'm not necessarily sure if it necessarily comes from Plato, but I do know that from what I remember reading, uh, Plato is saying the highest part of the soul, or the thing that's most good. There are three parts of uh, someone's soul, and the highest part is the rational part, or the rational soul. And so, how that might play into it is that logos is well, first of all, it's sort of this inherent thing. It's this thing that's always been around, and it is when if you look up a definition, it's sort of the um, uh, it says like something like a divine reason, or a divine like reason for all things. And um, so we can already kind of see how we're setting up a framework for God and what God is. But really, from the readings I did, and not that the definition isn't good, but from the readings that I did and from what I gathered, was that logos was sort of this structure, uh, this sort of ground of all things, a ground that all things sort of sit on, as sort of more like the structure of things. And I guess saying there's a reason, it's not really the same as saying there is a reason for these things being here. It's saying, well, look, there's an order and then there's an intelligence behind the things that are here, and this is sort of part of is what is the what it is. The things that they're made up of is because there is this fundamental framework, so to speak, uh, that is not only is it a part of all things, it goes beyond that. So not only is it a sort of a universal principle, or a ground which all things stand on, in a metaphorical sense, uh, it also transcends all things. And so it's the way it was also explained to me from a teacher of mine was, uh, well, you could find a person, you could, if you wanted to, you could kill everyone that they're related to, and kill everyone they come in contact with, and you could kill them too, but you could not destroy the thing it is that not necessarily makes them who they are, but that makes them who they are physically, in any kind of way you want to think about it. You can't destroy the innate structure sort of that they exist in, even if they are destroyed. And so, going back to one of my other videos on being and becoming, this automatically is starting to root us in being and root us in, look, there's this stable thing that doesn't change. Logos doesn't change. Logos has always been here. When I believe it's in Matthew, it says the something like the Word was with God, and it in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And so later, Christians and people, people writing letters to the church basically say like, okay, this thing was Jesus, and so not Logos was Jesus. God, Logos is kind of separate from God, but that Jesus was there in the beginning. And maybe that's topic for another video. Don't want to get too off topic. But so on Aristotle's view of God, we're already setting up the framework. We're already seeing, or I guess sort of an intellectual framework for God. And so on the Immovable Mover, it is the thing which can, God being the thing, so it is God standing outside of everything, the whole world, the whole universe, and looking in and acting, but not being acted upon. So, and the question, or his question, as far as I remember correctly, is what is there left for a God to do once he has sat outside his creation, and he's viewing, he's observing, he's seeing it. What is there left for that being to do? And as far as I remember, it is contemplate itself. And so my ideas sort of out of this are, well, if you think about yourself long enough, you start to think, well, maybe I'm not so separate. Maybe I'm not just, just little me. Maybe I'm not just this individual isolated in sort of this fleshy, soon-to-be corpse, and maybe you're looking out at the world and you're seeing things kind of unfold, and you're seeing yourself as a part of a process, and so the only thing left for a being that's had everything, created everything to do, is contemplate itself. And so it's curious to think that out of that contemplation, sort of out of it comes creation, comes your own breath, and just sort of manifests itself as everything that you see around you. And I don't know if it's necessarily true, but it sounds good. And do I believe it? Maybe. I would like to say more. It is a sort of a part of what I believe. And so, anyhow, so that is a little bit more in the future. That is a little bit on Aristotle's Immovable Mover, and sort of my own commentary on it. Let me know what you think. And yes, that's it. Thank you.